Let me take you to a city where every corner tells a story, where the rain feels like poetry, and even silence speaks in English. This is not a lesson, it's a walk, a journey, a new way to feel English in your soul. And we begin with a simple step outside a train station in North London. It's early morning, the kind of morning that makes you pause. Not too cold, not too loud, just peaceful. You hear the soft rhythm of footsteps, the low hum of a bus passing by, and the voice of a woman asking, "You all right, love?" You smile. Not because you understand everything, but because the tone, it's kind. It means, "How are you?" But not the formal way. This is street English, everyday English. And it's the kind of English you never see in textbooks. You walk down a quiet side street in Camden. Shops are still closed, the shutters are down. But then you smell it. Fresh bread, coffee beans, something sweet in the air. A little chalkboard. On the pavement reads, "Open from 7. Come in for a warm chat and warmer croissants." You pause. Not because you're hungry, but because something inside you wants to belong here. Wants to say something. Wants to be part of this city. In English. You push the door open. A soft bell rings. The room is warm and golden. Old wooden chairs, quiet music playing, and a barista with a friendly smile. "Mornin'. What can I get?" "You, sweetheart?" You hesitate? Do you answer in perfect grammar? Do you say nothing because you're nervous? Or do you try? So you say, "Can I have one coffee?" "Please?" She smiles again. "Of course you can, love." Coming right up. And just like that, you spoke English. In a real cafe. With a real person. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. And that's what matters. You sit down. You open a notebook. You look out the window and you begin to listen, not with your ears, but with your heart. At the next table, 2 old men are laughing. He said he'd fix it, but I'm still waiting for that day. Mate, you'll be waiting till Christmas, next year. And you write that down. You'll be waiting till Christmas next year. It means you'll be waiting a long time. These are the phrases that bring English to life. This is the language people use when they're just being human. And you're sitting in the middle of it. No pressure, no exam. Just 1 cup of coffee and a street full of learning. You finish your drink and stand up. The barista waves goodbye. "See you next time, love." You step outside. The sun is up now. The shutters are rolling open. And you hear music. Drums. Laughter. Voices. You follow the sound, and you find it. A market. Not a big one. Not loud. Just enough stalls to make you stop and look. One table has homemade candles. Another sells secondhand books. There's a boy spinning a sign that says, "Fresh. Falafel, hot and crispy." You walk slowly. You don't speak. But you read everything. Fresh, hot, sale, organic, handcrafted, made with love. All these signs, all these phrases, they're not from a textbook. They're from life. And you feel something changing. You're not studying English. You're living it. You stop at a table with handmade earrings. The woman behind it is wearing a colorful scarf and a smile that says, "Talk to me." But your English isn't perfect. You're not sure what to say. So you just look and wait. Then she says, "These just came in this morning. Want to try a pair on, love?" You're surprised. You didn't ask anything. You didn't say a word, but she spoke to you anyway. You feel nervous, but curious. So you answer, I like this one. It's beautiful." And she lights up. "That one's my favorite too. Looks lovely on everyone." She hands it to you. You smile. You hold it in your hand. That one sentence. "I like this one. It's beautiful." It wasn't complicated. but it was enough to connect, to feel seen, to feel part of something. You move on. Next, you see a man carving something at a wooden stall. Bowls, spoons, small boxes, all made by hand. He looks up and nods. Morning, mate. Fancy a look? You didn't expect the word mate. You thought it was for friends. But in London, people use it all the time. Even for strangers. It means, hey friend, or just, hey, you're welcome here. You walk closer. You ask, did you make this? He nods. Every single one. Took me weeks. But I love it. Keeps my hands busy. You listen. And even though you don't understand every word, you feel the rhythm of English. Took me weeks. Keeps my hands busy. Short, simple, real. That's the kind of English you can use. You thank him. You walk on. You see a little boy running between stalls, chasing a paper airplane. His mother calls out, "Careful, yeah? Don't knock over the jam again." You smile. It's not a lesson, but it is. Don't knock over the jam. She means, be careful. Don't make a mess again. You write it in your mind. You've learned 5 phrases in the last 10 minutes. Not from a teacher, not from a grammar book, but from real voices, living their real lives. And this is how your English grows. You sit on a bench beside the market. You take out your phone, you press record, and you whisper. This morning, I went to a cafe. I talked to the barista. I bought coffee. I listened. Then I went to a market. People spoke to me. I answered. I was nervous, but I spoke. I am learning. I am speaking. I belong. And for the first time, your English isn't just in your head. It's in your voice, in your breath, in the street air of London. You walk past the market now, a fresh pastry in your hand. The paper bag is warm. The streets are busier. But your mind is still quiet, like it's absorbing everything. You take a turn, a small sign catches your eye. Books, coffee, quiet conversation downstairs. There's something magical about the way it's written. Not loud, not trying to sell anything, just inviting you in. You follow the arrow and find a narrow staircase. You walk down, and suddenly, it feels like a different world. Soft yellow, lights, books from floor to ceiling, a gentle hum of jazz music, and people, sitting alone or in pairs, reading, writing, whispering. You order a tea. This time your words come faster. 1 chamomile tea, please. The barista nods kindly. Lovely choice. I'll bring it over. You find a corner table, near the back. There's an older man writing in a journal beside you. After a few minutes, he looks up and says, "You visiting London?" You hesitate, but then nod. "Yes, just exploring." He smiles gently. Best way to learn. I always say, a map shows you where to go, but your feet teach you how to feel it. You let that settle in. A map shows you where, but your feet, they teach you how to feel. This is not just English. This is wisdom in soft British rhythm. You write it down, then you say, I'm also learning English, speaking more. He nods with understanding. You're doing fine. Language grows where courage lives. You've got both. That moment, you'll never forget. Because it wasn't a test, it wasn't a correction, it was kindness, wrapped in conversation. You drink your tea slowly. You watch the pages of your notebook fill up with small phrases, small stories, small courage, exploring, visiting, speaking, listening, smiling, all verbs, all signs of life, all proof that English is becoming part of who you are, not just what you study. You glance around. A girl is reading a book called The Heart of a Traveler. Two women are chatting softly at the window. It's my favorite spot, one says. Hidden but perfect, just like the city. And you agree, some of the best places aren't in travel blogs. Some of the best conversations aren't loud or long. They're soft, natural, honest, like this one, like the one you just had, like the one you're about to have, with yourself. You take a deep breath. You press record again. And this time, you say, I am not fluent yet. But I spoke today. I listened today. I understood something small, and it meant something big. I am not perfect, but I am here. And I am proud. You step back out onto the street. The sky is brighter now. You can feel the soft energy of London waking up fully, like a heartbeat rising gently after a long rest. You walk without a plan. You just follow the flow. And soon, your feet lead you to a park. Not a famous one. Just a quiet patch of green tucked between two buildings. The kind of place only locals know. There's a narrow path lined with benches and cherry trees. You sit under one of them, near a fountain. A young man nearby is painting, not on a canvas, but in a sketchbook balanced on his knees. You glance at his page. It's the same park you're sitting in, but in color. Greens, browns, blush pinks, light sky blue. You must have been staring too long because he looks up and smiles. Want to see? You nod. Yes. It's beautiful. Thanks. It's a habit now. I draw something every day. Helps me stay sane, you know. You tilt your head. You've never heard that before. Helps me stay sane. It means helps me stay calm, peaceful, mentally healthy. You write it in your mind. Are you an artist? You ask. He shrugs. I just like to see the world slowly. You notice more that way. You both sit in silence for a while. It's not awkward. It's peaceful. Then he asks, You learning English? You pause, not because you're unsure, but because it feels good to be asked like that. Not judged. Not tested, just noticed. You say, Yes, I'm learning. I want to speak better. He nods again. Well, you're speaking now. That's already better than most. Another lesson, another phrase, another little bridge built between two people. You're speaking now. That's already better than most. You repeat it quietly, in your head. Not just the words, but the feeling. You watch him paint for a while longer. He uses the side of his pencil for shading. He hums softly, like the melody of a song only he knows. Then he says something simple, but unforgettable. You know, sometimes the most powerful conversations don't need many words. You smile, because deep down you know he's right. Language isn't just about talking, it's about connecting. And today, you've connected. Over coffee, over books, over colors, you check your phone. It's already afternoon, but time feels different when your heart is learning. Slower, softer, sweeter. You stand up. Thank you, you say, for sharing. He grins. Any time, mate. Keep speaking. You've got a good voice for it. And you walk away, one small step stronger. Not because of grammar, not because of vocabulary, but because someone saw you, spoke with you, believed in you. You keep walking. No map, no plan, just your ears and your heart. And suddenly, you hear it. Music. Not from a phone, not from a store, but from the corner ahead. Live, bold, full of soul. You follow it, and there they are. 3 young men with guitars and drums, a small speaker beside them, A crowd forming slowly, drawn like sunlight to rhythm. You stop at the edge. You don't know the song, but your body sways without asking. And then, they speak between songs. We wrote that one for the people still chasing their dreams. One of them grins and says, "You know what I mean, yeah? Life's mad, but you gotta keep moving, innit?" You blink, did you understand that? Life's mad, but you gotta keep moving in it. Let's break it down. Life's mad. Life is crazy, you gotta keep moving. You have to keep going. Don't give up, innit? And isn't it? British slang used like right or you agree. This is real spoken English, not formal, not clean, but alive. You write it down in your mind, and more importantly, you feel it. Because in that moment, you realize something. Language isn't just about understanding, it's about connection, about belonging in the rhythm of a city, even if it's not yours. One of the musicians turns toward the small group and says, "Next song's about finding your voice, even when no one's listening." You breathe in deeply, because that line, it hits something inside you, finding your voice, even when no one's listening. That's what today has been about. Not perfection, not performance, but presence. You stand a little straighter now, and when someone in the crowd next to you says, "They're proper good, yeah?" You nod and say, "Yes, very good. So much energy." He looks at you and smiles. "You visiting?" You smile back, not just because of the question, but because now you're ready to answer. "Yes, but I'm learning more than just places. I'm learning English. Speaking, listening, living." He grins. "That's the best way, mate. Just throw yourself in." And there it is again. Throw yourself in. It means don't wait, don't overthink, just do it. You whisper it softly to yourself as the band begins the next song. Throw yourself in. You're not just hearing English now, you're absorbing it, feeling it, living it, and that's how real confidence begins. You leave the crowd gently, your steps slow, thoughtful. The music still echoes behind you like a song that followed you home. You turn a corner and find a narrow street, quiet and shaded. No tourists, no noise, just the soft creak of bicycles and the occasional whisper of the wind. Halfway down the alley, you spot a tiny cafe tucked between two brick walls. No big sign, just a wooden door and a little lantern hanging above it. A handwritten note on the glass says, "Come in if you're tired, lost, or just need 5 minutes of peace." You smile. Because somehow, it feels like that message was written for you. You step inside. There are only 3 tables. Soft lighting. A vase of wildflowers on each table. No music. Just silence, broken only by the soft click of a teacup on a saucer. The woman at the counter looks up and greets you with a voice like kindness. "Hello, love. Take any seat you like. I'll be right with you." You sit by the window, and for a moment, you don't need your phone, you don't need your notebook. You just sit. You breathe. Then she brings over a small tray. "I made chamomile and honey. It's gentle. Thought you might need that. You didn't even order." But she knew. And something about that small act of human care, reminds you why you started this journey. You whisper, "Thank you. So much." She smiles and nods. You've been walking with your eyes open. That's a rare thing these days. You look outside. You see people walking past, talking, laughing. You hear bits of English from every corner, quick, playful, sharp, soft. You realize how much you've heard today. How many expressions, how many feelings, how many moments that built something inside you. Not big lessons, not perfect grammar, but something better. Courage, understanding, presence. You take out your notebook. This time, you don't write vocabulary. You write memories. This morning I was a visitor. Now I feel like a part of the city. I asked for coffee. I complimented. Earrings. I answered a question in a bookstore. I listened to music. I spoke to a stranger. And I understood more than just words. I understood belonging. You sip your tea slowly. Outside, the clouds shift. Golden light falls across the street, and in that moment, you don't feel like a learner anymore. You feel like a speaker, like someone who has something to say, in their own way, in their own voice. Because now, you know something deep and true. Fluency doesn't begin with grammar. It begins with courage. The cafe door closes softly behind you. You're back on the street, but something inside you feels different now. Lighter, stronger, wider. You check the time. It's almost sunset. You walk slowly toward the river, toward the Thames, where light dances on the water and the sounds of the city turn gentle like a lullaby. You cross a narrow bridge. Below, boats drift silently. Beside you, a couple leans over the railing, laughing about something only they understand. And behind you, the sky begins to turn pink. You pause, not to take a photo, not to check a map, but just to be here, and you whisper to yourself, "This is the most English I've ever learned in one day." Not because you memorized verbs, not because you passed a test, but because you lived the language. In real cafes, in crowded markets, in quiet bookstores, in alley cafes, in music and paint and silence. You didn't just practice English today. You let English touch your life. You spoke. You listened. You felt. And now, you walk with more than words. You walk with memory. You reach the riverbank. The breeze is cool now. The city lights begin to flicker on. A man passes by with a phone to his ear. "Cheers, mate. I'll pop round later." You smile. You understood. Cheers. Thanks or goodbye. Mate. Friend. Pop round. Visit quickly or casually. You've heard these words before, in movies, on podcasts, in books. But today, you heard them in real life. On real streets, from real people, and now they belong to you. You take a seat on a low wall by the river. Your notebook is in your lap. But you don't open it yet. Instead, you just sit with your own quiet thoughts, the ones that speak in your voice, in your own English. You say softly, "I'm not finished learning, but I'm not afraid anymore. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to keep walking, keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing that I belong in this language." The river moves. The lights shimmer. The moment fades gently into the coming night, and as the first stars appear in the sky above London, you know one thing with certainty. You didn't just explore a city today. You explored your voice, and that is the beginning of fluency. You stand up slowly. The night has fallen fully now, but your heart feels lit, like a lamp was turned on inside you. Today wasn't about how many words you knew. It was about how many words you dared to use, how many moments you let yourself feel the fear and still spoke anyway. You remember the cafe, the market, the bookstore, the park, the alley, the music, the river. You remember the faces, the small conversations, the phrases you didn't understand, but smiled through anyway. And you realize something powerful. You don't have to move to London to learn English like this. You just have to move with intention. Wherever you are, every cafe has a person you could speak to. Every corner has a story. Every word you use is a victory, even if it's slow, even if it's small, even if it's silent, because the real secret to fluency is not just knowledge, it's courage. And courage is what you practice today. You whisper to yourself, I can do this. I'm already doing this. You take one last look at the river. The city holds a quiet stillness now. And so do you. Then you walk home, not just with new phrases, but with a new voice, your own. And every time you speak, you'll remember, English lives in the streets, but fluency grows in your steps. English phrases. You'll hear on a London bus. You wake up to the soft sound of rain against your window. It's a quiet morning in London. No rush, no alarm, just a calm invitation to explore the city, one ride at a time. Today, you're not walking. You're not taking the tube. You're getting on a bus, and not just any bus, a red double-decker. The kind you've seen in movies, the kind that feels like a moving storybook. You step outside with your umbrella and walk to the nearest stop. There's a chill in the air, but your heart feels warm. The bus pulls up slowly. It hisses as it stops. The doors open. You hear the familiar beeping sound, and a voice, calm and kind, says, Mind the step, please. You pause. Mind the step. It means be careful when stepping in. Your first phrase of the day. Simple, real, spoken by a real London driver. You tap your card. It makes a soft beep, and the driver nods. Cheers, mate. Another phrase. Cheers. It doesn't just mean thank you. It can also mean hello, goodbye, or just friendly acknowledgement. Mate. That's friend, used casually, kindly. Often you smile and say cheers. And now you belong. You climb to the upper deck. The seats are empty near the front. You take one and sit by the window. Raindrops slide down the glass like small rivers. And then you listen. 2 teenagers behind you are laughing. Bruv, you missed the stop again. You're hopeless. Nah, I didn't. I'm just vibin', innit? You don't understand every word, but you understand the feeling. Bruv, a slang word for brother or friend. You're hopeless means you always make mistakes, but it's said with love. I'm just vibin' means I'm just relaxing, enjoying myself. In it? Short for isn't it? Used like, right? You write it down in your mind. But more importantly, you smile because you're hearing real English. Not from a textbook, but from life. The bus turns a corner. You see the London Eye. In the distance, you see a man running toward the next stop. He makes it just in time. Cheers, driver. You're a legend. The driver waves. All good, mate. Another phrase for your list. You're a legend. That's a big compliment. It means you're amazing. You helped me. Thank you. You take out your phone and quietly record a note. Every phrase I hear today is a key to speak, a key to connect, a key to live English. And with that thought, you lean back, the bus moving gently, beneath you, carrying not just your body, but your confidence. The bus rolls forward gently, and you watch the world pass by. Brick buildings, corner shops, school kids waiting in uniforms, a man with a dog in the rain. Everything feels quiet, but alive. You hear the voice overhead. Next stop, Oxford Circus. Exit on the left. Please take your belongings. Another. Real-world phrase. Please take your belongings. It means, don't forget your bags, umbrella, or anything you brought. You whisper it to yourself, and then you decide to try something new. You press the red button beside your seat. A soft beep. A small sign lights up. Bus stopping. You're not getting off yet, but you want to see what happens next. At the next stop, a woman stands up. As she walks down the stairs, she says to the driver, "Thanks, driver, have a good one." The driver responds without even turning, "Cheers, love. Mind the rain. Have a good one," means have a good day. Mind the rain means be careful. It's wet outside. You write both phrases in your mind. But more than that, you notice something. Every sentence on this bus is kind, casual, comfortable, and suddenly you feel braver. A man beside you turns and says, "This your first time on a London bus?" You smile. "Yes. I'm learning English." Listening, he grins. "Best place to learn, mate. People talk like they really live here. None of that textbook nonsense." You laugh softly. "Yes. I want to speak real English." "You're doing all right already. Just listen, repeat, and don't be shy." Then he says something that sticks with you. "Language isn't grammar. It's courage. Say it wrong if you have to. Just say it." You pause, because those words, they feel like freedom. You repeat them in your head. Say it wrong if you have to. Just say it. That's not just advice. That's a way of life. The bus keeps moving. You pass a small park, a bookstore, a row of cafés. A group of school kids gets on, wet from the rain. One of them shouts, "Oi, scooch over!" You chuckle. You've heard that before in movies. Scooch over means move a little so someone can sit next to you. Then someone else says, "You lot are soaked. Did you swim here?" Everyone laughs, and you learn two more phrases. You lot means you all of you. Soaked means completely wet. You smile, not just because the phrases are new, but because they feel alive now. Like music you're finally starting to sing along with. The bus turns left and begins to slow down. You glance at the digital screen. It shows the name of the next stop, but you're not sure if it's the one you need. You check your map. You're going to Portobello Market, but this street doesn't look familiar. You feel that small fear rise in your chest, the fear of asking, of speaking in English in front of strangers. But then, you hear the voice in your memory. Say it wrong if you have to. Just say it. So, you do. You turn to the woman sitting across from you. She looks kind. Reading a book, wearing headphones but only in one ear. You smile politely. "Excuse me, is Portobello Market near this stop?" She looks up, pauses for a second, then nods warmly. "Ah, not yet, love. You've got 3 more stops. I'll tell you when we get there." You feel your shoulders drop. Relief, gratitude, pride. "Thank you so much." She smiles again. "No, worries. It's easy to miss it if you're new. Just listen out. I'll give you a nudge." And you learn 2 more phrases. No worries means, it's okay, don't mention it. I'll give you a nudge means I'll remind you, or tap you when it's time. You whisper them softly. No worries. Give someone a nudge. You glance out the window again. The sun is peeking through the clouds. The streets look brighter now. But maybe it's not the weather. Maybe it's just you. Because in just one question, you did something brave. You used your English to ask, and you were understood. That's fluency in motion. That's what a real learner looks like. The woman across from you suddenly says, 2 more to go, all right? You nod. All right. Got it. And there's another phrase. All right. In London, this can mean everything okay or all set. You feel the bus slow down again, and now you're ready. Your heart still beats fast, but your voice no longer hides, because every question, every answer, every sentence is practice, real, brave, growing. The bus keeps rolling gently. Shops pass by, people come and go, but your heart, it stays still for a moment. You glance at the woman across from you. She gives you a soft nod. Next one's yours, love. You smile. Thank you. For your help. She nods again. Take care, yeah? Another real phrase. Take care. It means stay safe, goodbye, I wish you well. You press the red stop button. The bus slows. You walk down the steps carefully. Another voice behind you, an older man with a newspaper tucked under his arm, says, "Mind the gap when you get off." You smile again, you've heard that one before. Mind the gap. It means be careful of the space between the bus and the pavement. You reach the front. The doors open with a soft hiss. Rain has stopped now. The air is fresh, and the street is lined with flowers. You turn to the driver. Thank you. That was a lovely ride. He raises his hand with a small wave. Glad you enjoyed it. Have a good one. And just like that, you step off the bus. But the learning doesn't stop. You take a slow breath. Then you whisper to yourself, that was more than a ride. It was a lesson. In courage, in listening, in real English. You walk toward the entrance of the market, but your mind is still on that ride. The voices, the rhythm, the kindness. You didn't just learn phrases today. You felt them. You lived them. From, cheers, mate, you're a legend, scooch over, take care, yeah? Mind the gap to every single sentence you whispered with hope and received with kindness. That bus carried more than passengers. It carried your confidence forward. You pause before walking into the crowd, and you say, I'm not just learning English, I'm becoming someone who can speak it, with ease, with joy, and without fear. That's how every ride becomes a lesson, and every lesson becomes part of your voice. Story of a traveler who learned English in London. She arrived with one suitcase, 2 books, and a heart full of questions. It was her first time on a plane. Her first time outside her country. Her first time surrounded by a language that moved too fast for her ears. London. It looked exactly like the photos. Gray skies, red buses, glass towers, and ancient bricks all holding hands in the same city. She stepped off the plane, holding her bag tight. Signs were everywhere. Passport control. Nothing to declare. Keep right. Her eyes read them. Her mind translated them slowly. Her heart beat faster. She followed the crowd, walking into the unknown, at E. The passport desk. The officer smiled. Purpose of visit? She froze. Words in her mind, none in her mouth. Study. And English. The officer nodded. All right, welcome to London. Enjoy your stay. That was it. A short sentence. But to her, it felt like a mountain climbed. Welcome to London. She whispered it to herself like a secret. She found her way to the arrivals hall. People were hugging, waving, calling names. She stood alone, but not afraid. Just small. Like a single seed in a very big garden. Her host family had sent a driver. He held a sign with her name. She walked up slowly. Hello. I'm her. Me. He chuckled gently. Nice to meet you. Hop in. Let's get you home. And that word, home, felt too big for this moment. But she smiled. Because, even if she didn't understand everything, she understood kindness. The car ride was quiet. London passed by her window like a dream she couldn't quite hold. Double-decker buses, men in suits walking fast, a boy holding his mother's hand at a traffic light, headphones, umbrellas, neon, signs, flower stands. The driver spoke softly once. Bit of a chill in the air today, eh? She didn't know how to answer, so she just smiled and he nodded back. No worries. You'll warm up once we get you fed. Bit of a chill, a little cold. You'll warm up. You'll feel better soon. No worries. Don't worry about it. She didn't ask for a lesson, but she was already learning. The car stopped in front of a small red brick house. A woman stood outside, waving. Her host, tall, glasses, warm smile. No coat, just energy. Hello, sweetheart. You must be tired. Let's get you inside, shall we? Sweetheart. Kind, soft greeting. Shall we? Gentle way of saying, let's go. She followed, holding her suitcase in both hands. Inside, the air smelled like cinnamon and old books. A lamp glowed in the hallway. A cat ran across the floor. This way, love. I'll show you your room. She climbed the stairs slowly. Everything felt new. The sound of the wood. The photos on the wall. The polite way people talked. Soft, gentle, quick. The room was small but warm. A single bed, a desk, a window that looked out on rooftops. Make yourself at home, all right? She nodded. Thank you. You're welcome. Tease. Downstairs when you're ready. And then she left. The door closed. Silence. Her heart beat loud in her chest. She sat on the bed, looked around and whispered to herself, I understand only half, but I feel welcome. Maybe that's enough for today. She took out her notebook. She wrote the words, no worries, sweetheart. Tease downstairs. Make yourself at home. Real English, spoken softly, not perfect, not polished, but real. And suddenly this room didn't feel so foreign. It felt like the first page of a new chapter. She sat on the edge of the bed for a while, watching the sky change color through the window. London had its own way of saying, welcome. Not through loud greetings, but through quiet kindness. A few minutes passed. Then, a knock on the door. Tea's ready, love. Come down when you're ready. She stood up, took one deep breath, and opened the door. The hallway felt longer this time. The stairs creaked under her feet. She followed the smell of something sweet, maybe bread, maybe cake. In the kitchen, the table was already set, 2 mugs of tea, a plate of biscuits, and her host, waiting with a warm smile. There you are. Come sit. Do you like ginger biscuits? She nodded shyly. Yes, I like. Good. Girl, go on, help yourself. She took one. Her hands trembled just a little, but her host didn't rush her. So, what brings you to our rainy island, then? She hesitated, then answered slowly, to learn English, to speak more. The woman smiled. Ah, brilliant. You're already doing just fine. You've got courage. That's the hardest bit. Brilliant. British way to say great or wonderful. Got courage. You're brave. She smiled softly. Thank you. I try. That's all you need, love. No one speaks perfect English here. We all just muddle through. Muddle. Through. It means get by, even without perfection. She took a sip of tea. Warm, comforting, gentle. Just like this conversation. She looked around the kitchen. Magnets on the fridge, a calendar with dog photos, notes in cursive handwriting that she couldn't fully read yet. Do you miss home? The woman asked kindly. She nodded. Yes, but here is nice. You are kind. Ah, bless you. That means the world to me. Another phrase. Bless you. Not just for sneezing. Here, it means, that's sweet of you, or thank you, that touched me. She smiled again, not because she understood everything, but because she understood enough. Enough to stay. Enough to try. Enough to grow. And as the evening light faded into the kitchen window, she felt it in her heart. This isn't just where I sleep. This is where I'll become who I've dreamed of being. The next morning, she woke early, not because of noise, not because of time, but because something inside her wanted to begin again, to see more, to try again, to speak just one more sentence than yesterday. She opened the curtains. The sky was soft gray, but the light felt clean. New. Downstairs, her host had already left a note. Gone to work, love. Help yourself to toast. Explore the neighborhood. If you fancy it. Another phrase. If you fancy it means if you'd like to. She smiled, took a small bite of toast, and stepped outside. The air was crisp. The street was quiet, except for a postman whistling and a little boy walking with his father. She walked with no map, just steps, and a notebook in her pocket. At the corner, she saw a small shop. Bright sign, small bell on the door. Inside, everything smelled like lavender and paper. She walked in. A woman behind the counter looked up and said, "Morning, love." "All right?" She paused. "All right?" She had heard it before. It meant, "How are you? Everything okay?" She smiled nervously. "Yes. All right. I look. Just looking. Take your time, sweetheart. Let me know if you need anything." Another phrase, take your time, means no rush. Let me know. Tell me if you need help. She wandered slowly, greeting cards, tea tins, handmade candles, simple things, but they spoke to her. She picked up a small candle with a tag that read, "Made with care," and somehow, that felt like a message for her English, too. Made with care, not speed, not perfection, but intention. She brought the candle to the counter. I want this, please." "Lovely choice. That's a favorite of mine." "Anything else, darling?" She shook her head. "No, just this." "That'll be £5, love." She handed over the money carefully. Her hands were still shy, but her voice was steady. The woman put the candle in a paper bag and said, "Here you go, love. Have a nice day." And she replied, "Thank you. You too." And for the first time since arriving, it felt natural, not forced, not memorized, just spoken. Outside, she walked slowly, holding the little candle like it was a trophy, not because it was expensive, but because she bought it with her courage, her words, her growth. One conversation, one phrase, one step further into this new life. The park was just 2 streets away from the shop. Small, quiet, with wooden benches and iron gates that creaked gently in the wind. She walked through the entrance slowly. Leaves crunched beneath her shoes. Birds sang soft morning notes from the trees above. She found a bench near a path where people were walking dogs, sipping coffee, or simply passing through. She sat down, placed the candle beside her, and took out her notebook. Words filled the page. Not perfect, but real. Cheers. Sweetheart, take your time. Fancy it. Let me know. Suddenly, a voice beside her. Nice day for it, huh? She looked up. A man with kind eyes and a wool hat was standing a few steps away, holding a paper cup. She smiled carefully. Yes. Nice day. He nodded. You local? She shook her head. No, I just come to learn English. He smiled wider. Ah, right. You're doing great already. Takes guts to speak in a new place. Takes guts means takes courage. She let that phrase settle in her heart. I want to speak. Not perfect, just speak. He chuckled gently. That's the spirit. No one's perfect. Half of us born here still mess it up. She laughed a little, and in that sound, something broke open. Something healed. He pointed to her notebook. You writing new words? Yes. Every day, one or two, I listen and write. Smart. That's how you grow, bit by bit. Then he said something she didn't expect. You remind me of my mum. She moved here from Italy. Didn't know a word. But she made friends with her smile. She smiled too, because sometimes a smile is the first sentence we learn, and the most powerful one we speak. Thank you, she said softly, for talking with me. Any time, love. The world needs more friendly chats. He stood up. Well, I better get going. You take care now, yeah? You too. And with that, he walked away. But he left something behind, not an object, not a gift, a memory, a moment, a reminder that every time she spoke, someone listened, and someone answered. She looked at her notebook again. This time she wrote something different. I can do this. I already am. English is not just grammar. It's people, and kindness, and trying again. And with that, she stood up, took a slow breath, and walked back home with her candle in one hand and confidence in the other. Monday came with quiet rain, thin drops tapping gently on the window. She stood in front of the mirror, shirt ironed, notebook packed, nervous heart hiding behind. Hopeful eyes. Today was her first English class. She had imagined this moment for months. But now that it was real, her hands felt cold. What if they speak too fast? What if I freeze? What if I say something wrong and everyone laughs? She whispered to herself. Just go. Just try. Just one step. Her host walked into the kitchen and handed her an apple. For nerves. First class, yeah? She nodded. Yes. First. You'll be grand. Just be you. Another phrase. You'll be grand. Means you'll be fine. You'll do great. She smiled. Thank you. I try. That's all any of us can do, love. She made her way to the learning center. Small classroom. 10 students. Different faces, different accents, same nervous eyes. The teacher, a young woman with curly hair and too much coffee, stood at the front. All right, everyone. Let's warm up with introductions. Just your name and why you're learning. English. Her turn came faster than expected. Her breath caught in her throat. Her hand squeezed her notebook. But then she remembered. The man in the park. The driver. The woman in the shop. And she said, My name is Anna. I learn English. To speak with people. To live better. To feel not alone. Silence. Then the teacher smiled. That's beautiful. Thank you, Anna. She sat down again, heart racing. The lesson began. Simple words, small phrases. But inside her, it felt like climbing a mountain. One sentence at a time. And halfway through, the class, the teacher said, Mistakes are part of the magic. Don't fear them. They're proof you're trying. She wrote that down. Mistakes are part of the magic. Because for the first time, she believed it. After class, a girl with curly dark hair tapped her shoulder. I liked what you said about feeling not alone. I feel that too. And just like that, English became more than a language. It became a bridge. Later that week, the rain took a break. The sky stayed gray but dry. Anna decided to visit the place she had seen every day from the bus, the small library with ivy, crawling up the brick. She walked in slowly. The door creaked. The room smelled like old pages and quiet thinking. Rows of books, lamps glowing warmly, people reading in corners without needing to speak. It felt like peace. She wandered through the shelves. She wasn't sure what she was looking for. She just wanted to be near words, even if she couldn't understand them all yet. She picked up a book with a soft cover and a title she could read, Small Stories, Big Lessons. She smiled. That felt right. She turned a few pages. Simple English. Short paragraphs. Real-life scenes. She sat down in the reading corner and read one story all the way through. It was about a girl who planted a garden in the city. One flower every day. People laughed at her, but over time, the garden grew. Anna whispered, like, learning English. One word at a time. She felt a tap on her shoulder. A woman with short gray hair and glasses smiled gently. Lovely book, that one. A lot of heart. Anna nodded. Yes, I like. I understand. Most. That's all you need, love. Understanding grows as you go. As you go means step by step. Don't rush. It will come. The woman added, need help finding more. Like that? Anna smiled. Yes, please. The librarian led her to a new section. Books for learners. Stories with easy words but deep meaning. Topics about life, hope, fear, and change. Take what you like. Come back anytime. Anna held the books close. Thank you. You are very kind. So are you. And brave too. It shows. That moment stayed with her. Not just the books, not just the help, but the kindness. Because every time someone made space for her words, her voice grew stronger. She left the library holding 2 books and one very full heart. The next day felt different. Not because of the weather, not because of anything big, but because she didn't hesitate to leave the house. Anna stepped out with her books in her bag and her heart steady. She walked through the same street, but now she noticed more. A boy saying cheers as he held the door open. A girl shouting, "Catch you later," across the road. 2 friends laughing and saying, "That's mental," while sipping iced coffee. She understood them. Not every word, but enough and enough was everything. She stopped at a cafe near the river. It had a small sign. Good coffee, good people. She walked in. The barista smiled from behind the counter. Hiya! What can I get you, love? Anna answered without pause. 1 tea, please. With milk. Coming right up. She took a seat near the window. Soft music played. The clink of cups. The soft hum of London. And then someone tapped her shoulder. A young woman. Nervous eyes. A crumpled paper in hand. Hi. Sorry. Do you know where this place is? Anna looked at the paper. She recognized the name. A shop around the corner, and something inside her said, yes, I know. Walk down this street. Turn. Left. You see red door. It's there. The girl blinked in surprise. Oh, wow. Thank you. That's really helpful. Anna nodded. No problem. And the girl smiled. Your English is really good. Anna paused. Then said, I learn. Still learning. But I speak now. And that truth felt so strong, so full, because this time she gave directions. She helped someone. She made a stranger feel welcome. She sat back down. Her tea arrived. Here you go, love. Enjoy. Thank you. She took a sip. The warmth filled her mouth, her chest, her whole being, and she whispered, I live here now, not just in the city, but in the language. I am not visiting anymore. I'm part of it. That evening, Anna sat by the window in her small room. The candle she had bought on her second day glowed softly beside her. Outside, the rooftops were touched by gold, the last light of the day kissing every brick and chimney. She opened her notebook. The pages were fuller now, not just with words, but with courage. She flipped to a clean page. At the top, she wrote, To the girl I was before London. And then slowly, carefully, honestly, she began to write. Dear me, I know you were scared. I know you thought everyone would speak too fast or look at you strangely when your words came out wrong. But guess what? No one laughed. They listened. They waited. They helped. You ordered tea. You bought a candle. You gave directions. You made a friend in the park. And today, someone said, Your English is good. Not because it's perfect, but because it's real. You speak. You try. You grow, and you belong. Keep going. I'm proud of you. She closed the notebook gently. The candle flickered, and she knew. This wasn't the end. This was the beginning of everything, because she had discovered something most learners never see in a textbook. Fluency is not a finish line. It's a feeling. A moment when you stop translating and start living. And today, she lived. If you're listening to this story and wondering, can I do that too? The answer is yes. You already are. Every word you say, every sentence you try, every time you listen with your heart, you're building something powerful. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need a native accent. You just need the courage to begin. And once you begin, the city, the people, the language, they will meet you there. Useful English in museums, galleries, and cultural sites. It was a Sunday morning, cloudy, quiet, calm. The kind of day when the city feels slower, like it's inviting you to walk through history instead of rushing through time. Anna stood in front of the British Museum. She had passed it before, but today, she was ready to walk in, not just to see, but to listen, to learn, to speak. She joined the queue at the entrance. People ahead of her chatted in different languages. A couple behind her pointed at the museum map, smiling. The door opened with a soft whoosh. She stepped inside. Marble floors, tall ceilings, a hush that felt respectful, but not cold. At the reception, a staff member in a blue jacket greeted her. Morning, here for the general exhibits? Anna, nodded. Yes, general, just to visit. Look around. The woman smiled. Brilliant. Entry's free. But if you want a guidebook or audio tour, they're just over there. Anna followed her gesture. A stand with brochures, little devices with headphones. She paused, then asked, What is audio tour? It's a small speaker, the woman explained kindly. You wear headphones. It tells you about the art while you walk. Good if you want to learn a bit more. Anna nodded. Yes, I want that. Please. The woman smiled. Great choice. It's £5 for the day. You can return it at the exit. Anna handed her the money. The woman gave her the device. Enjoy the journey. There's so much to see in there, Anna smiled. Thank you. I'm excited. She took a few steps forward into the main hall. People walked slowly. No one shouted. Everyone spoke like their words carried weight. She heard a father whisper to his daughter, See that? That's over 2,000 years old. Amazing, isn't it? She turned on the audio device. A calm voice began. Welcome to the British Museum. You are now standing in the Great Court. She listened. But also, she watched. She noticed how people spoke, how they described what they saw. Fascinating. Look at the detail. Unbelievable craftsmanship. I love the texture on this one. And she whispered these phrases to herself. Fascinating. Detail. Craftsmanship. Texture. Not just words, but feelings. Because in places like this, English is not about ordering food or giving directions. It's about appreciation. It's about presence. It's about wonder. In the painting gallery, describing art with feeling, Anna walked into a quieter section of the museum, the painting gallery. The room was long and warm, with wooden floors and soft lights that made every color feel alive. She looked at the first painting, a field under a dark sky, figures walking in silence, brushstrokes that felt like movement. Two women stood nearby, speaking in soft voices. There's something haunting about it. Yeah, like it tells a story. But you can't hear the words. Anna leaned in. She didn't interrupt, but she listened. Haunting. A word for something emotional, deep, unforgettable. Not scary, just powerful. She moved to the next piece. A child holding a balloon, painted in soft golds and pinks. A couple behind her spoke. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, so simple, but it says a lot. Anna wrote that in her mind. So simple, but it says a lot. That's not just about art. That's about life and language. She wanted to ask a question. She saw a museum guide nearby, adjusting a small sign. She walked up slowly. Excuse me? This painting? Who is the artist? The guide turned with a kind face. Ah, that one. It's by John Singer Sargent. American-born but worked mostly in Europe. Lovely use of light, don't you think? Anna smiled. Yes, I like the light. Soft. Gentle. Exactly. He was known for that. Very expressive brushwork. Anna nodded again. Brushwork. Another new word. How an artist moves the brush. Not just painting, but personality. She thanked the guide. Thank you. It's very interesting. Pleasure. Take your time and don't hesitate if you've got more questions. Another phrase. Take your time. Don't hesitate. Soft. Supportive. Useful in any polite setting. She walked slowly through the gallery, feeling more than she understood. But that was enough. Because sometimes learning English isn't about knowing everything. It's about noticing. The tone, the feeling, the connection between words and hearts, exploring modern art, expressing opinions with confidence. The next room looked completely different. White walls, clean lines, large bold shapes hanging in silence. This was the modern art gallery. Eti, first. Anna wasn't sure what to think. A black square, a red circle, a long wooden table with a spoon glued to it. She tilted her head, and then she heard laughter. A small group stood nearby with a young tour guide. This one always sparks conversation, he said, smiling. Some people love it. Others say, I don't get it, and that's okay. Anna moved a little closer. She wanted to listen, not just for the art, but for the words. The guide continued. What do you feel when you see this piece? Be honest. There's no wrong answer. One woman said, It makes me feel unsettled, like something's missing. A man responded, "Really? I find it calming. Maybe because of the balance." The guide nodded. Two different views, both valid. That's the beauty of modern art. It asks, it doesn't answer. Anna smiled. Then the guide noticed her. "Want to share your impression?" She hesitated. Then, quietly, "I think it's strange, but interesting. It makes me curious." He nodded with kindness. Curious. That's a wonderful reaction. Another person in the group said, "Yeah, I felt the same. Like I want to understand it more." Anna smiled, not because she said the right thing, but because she had joined the conversation. And she was heard. She learned a few phrases from that group. "I don't get it" means I don't understand it. It makes me feel a soft, open way to share your feelings. Both views are valid, a polite way to say you're allowed to have different opinions. Curious, interested, open-minded, thoughtful. She whispered them in her mind. Then one woman turned to her. "Your English is lovely, by the way." Anna felt warmth rise in her chest. "Thank you. I'm learning. Slowly." "Well, it's working. You're very clear." That moment wasn't loud, but it was powerful, because art helped her practice, and kindness helped her grow. Historical site visit, asking questions and expressing. All that afternoon, Anna took the bus to a nearby historical site, a quiet old palace on the edge of the city, not as famous as the Tower of London, but rich, with stories and full of quiet charm. The entrance was quiet. A few visitors wandered near the gate. A tour was about to begin. She joined the small group, maybe 8 people in total. The guide was an older man with a kind smile and a soft voice. He held a wooden walking stick and wore a scarf that looked like it belonged to another time. "Good. Afternoon, everyone. My name's George. I'll be your guide for the next hour or so. Feel free to ask questions along the way. I don't bite." The group chuckled. "I don't bite." A humorous way to say, "Don't be afraid to talk to me." Anna followed the group through a tall wooden door. Inside, stone floors, old paintings, creaky stairs, and soft echoes. George paused near a grand portrait. This room once belonged to Lady Ellen Hargrave. She was known for wearing 12 rings on each hand. A woman laughed and asked, "Really? 12?" George nodded. "That's what the records say. A bit much, perhaps. But she had a taste for drama." The group smiled. Anna leaned in and quietly asked, "Excuse me, what is records?" "Ah, good question. Records means written history. Old documents that tell us what people said, did, or owned." She nodded slowly. "Thank you. That helps." "You're very welcome." They moved into the next hall. Tapestries covered the walls. George pointed to one. "This one's nearly 500 years old, hand-stitched." "Can you imagine the time and patience that took?" Anna whispered to herself. 500. Wow. And she heard someone beside her say, "That's incredible. So much detail." "You can feel the history." She quietly repeated those phrases in her mind. "That's incredible. So much detail. You can feel the history." They weren't complex, but they were real. And they belonged in this space, between stone walls and forgotten names. After the tour, George said, "Thank you for joining me. I hope the stories stay with you, long after the walls fade." Anna stepped outside into the fresh air. The tai passed behind her, the present inside her, and her English, growing through every hallway, every question, every quiet smile. The day was nearly over, but Anna felt like her mind was still wide open, like a window letting in light, before heading home. She passed by a small art space near the river. A handwritten sign outside the door read, "Local artists, free to enter. Come in and feel something." She smiled. Come in and feel something. Not understand, not translate, just feel. She stepped inside. It was quiet. Just a few people walking slowly through the room. Soft music played. The paintings were abstract. Lines, colors, movement, nothing to figure out, just to experience. She stopped in front of one canvas. Just blue. So many shades of blue. Like sky, ocean, night, and memory. All in one. Beside her, someone said softly, "It feels lonely, but peaceful, doesn't it?" She nodded. Yes. Lonely, but not sad. Exactly. The woman turned to her. Do you paint? Anna shook her head, smiling. No, I just feel, I learn, I look. That's the best way to learn anything. They stood quietly for a while. No rush, no pressure, no tests, just presence, just English being lived and not studied. Later that night, back in her room, Anna opened her notebook, and instead of new vocabulary, she wrote this. Today, I used my voice in a museum, in a gallery, in a history tour, and in quiet moments where art spoke louder than words. I asked questions, I listened, I responded, and I realized something. English is not just a subject. It's a way of noticing beauty. It's a way of saying, I'm here. I feel this too. If you ever feel lost in English, go to a museum, go to a gallery, go to a place where silence speaks. And people slow down enough for language to be kind again. You don't need to speak fast. You don't need to know every word. You just need to be present and open. Let the art teach you. Let the history guide you. Let your quiet voice grow louder through wonder. It was a quiet Thursday afternoon. Anna stood outside a small grocery store near her bus stop. She had passed it many times, but today she was going in, not with a shopping list, not just for milk or bread, but for confidence, for practice, for the little conversations that make a big difference. She stepped inside. The doors opened with a soft chime. Cool air, soft music, and the smell of oranges and cleaning spray. She grabbed a small basket. The first aisle was fruit and vegetables. She picked up some apples. Then a man beside her reached for the same ones. He smiled politely. Go ahead, love. You were first. Anna nodded. Thank you. He smiled again. No worries. These are the best ones. Nice and crisp. She repeated that in her mind. Nice and crisp. Fresh and firm apples. She moved on. Next aisle. Tea, coffee, cereal. She paused at the shelf, unsure. So many types of tea. Then a woman beside her said, That one's lovely with honey. Helps if you've got a sore throat. Anna looked. At the box. Ginger lemon. She smiled. Thank you. I'll try. You won't regret it, love. Another phrase. You won't regret it. It means you'll like it. It's a good choice. Anna placed the box in her basket. She wasn't just buying tea. She was collecting courage, one sentence at a time. Anna walked slowly to the checkout. Her basket wasn't full, just a few things, apples, tea, bread, and a small jar of honey. But her heart felt fuller than ever, because every item came with a phrase, a smile, a moment of English spoken from the real world. She stood in line behind an older woman. The cashier, a man in his 20s, was chatting as he scanned. Would you like a bag, darling? Yes, please, just one. That'll be 12p for the bag. You paying by card? Yep, card's fine. Anna listened carefully. Then it was her turn. She placed her things gently on the counter. The cashier greeted her with a soft smile. All right, love. Anna nodded. Yes, thank you. He began. Scanning. Do you need a bag? Anna paused, then said, Yes, please. One bag. No problem. That's £5.90 altogether. She tapped her card. It beeped. Approved. The man smiled again. There you go. Sorted. Sorted. A British way of saying done. All good. Have. A good one. Anna smiled. You too. She took her bag, walked slowly toward the door, and whispered to herself, Do you need a bag? Card or cash? That's $5.90. Have a good one. So many useful phrases. Not from a lesson, but from life, from courage, from showing up, from choosing to speak, even when it's small, because real fluency isn't made in big speeches. It's made in quiet lines, in grocery stores, in have. A good one, and you too. After the grocery store, Anna took a short walk to the weekend street market. It wasn't big. Just a row of local stalls with colorful umbrellas, friendly faces, and the smell of food and flowers in the air. She passed by fruit vendors calling out prices, a man selling second-hand books, a young woman with handmade earrings, and hand-painted mugs. Anna stopped at her stall. The mugs were beautiful. Soft colors, delicate lines, words like be kind and start small written across the front. The woman smiled. Go on, love. Pick one up if you fancy it. Anna pointed to a blue mug. This one. It's very pretty. Ah, thanks. That one's a customer favorite. £5. Anna held it carefully. Do you have another color? Sure. I've got peach, white, and mint green, too. Want to see? Anna nodded. Yes, please. Mint green. The woman placed it in her hand. Anna smiled. I like this one. I'll take it. Lovely choice. Want me to wrap it up for you? Yes, that's nice. The woman wrapped the mug in paper and placed it in a small bag. There you go, love. All set. Anna handed over the money. Thank you. You're very friendly. The woman laughed gently. That's how we do it on the street. Enjoy your mug, sweetheart. Come back anytime. Anna walked away holding her little bag, heart glowing. She repeated the new phrases in her mind. If you fancy it. If you'd like. Want me to wrap it up? Would you like me to protect it for you? All set. You're done. Everything's ready. Simple words, soft voices, real English, and for the first time in a long time, she didn't feel like a learner. She felt like someone who belonged. Anna sat on a bench near the edge of the market. The mint green mug rested beside her, the honey and tea still in her bag, her shoes a little dusty from walking. But her heart, steady, not excited, not scared. Just steady. She looked around. People carried bags, spoke with ease, laughed, pointed, nodded, waved, nothing special. But everything meaningful, she whispered to herself. I spoke today. I bought things. I asked questions. I answered back. I understood. I was understood. No one asked her to be perfect. No one cared about her grammar. They cared about her smile, her effort, her presence, and somehow that was more than enough. She opened her notebook on her lap and wrote down what she remembered. That'll be $5.90. Do you need a bag? All set. Want me to wrap it up? You won't regret it. Have a good one. Then she paused and wrote something even more important. The best English practice is not always in books. It's in little places. In baskets, behind counters, across small tables. It's in a smile, a simple thank you, and a quiet you too. It's in choosing to speak, even when you're scared. She closed the notebook, and just before leaving the bench, she said one more thing out loud to herself. I'm not just learning how to speak English. I'm learning how to live in it. Thank you for shopping with me today, not just for groceries, but for small phrases that carry big power. If you ever doubt your English, go to a local shop. Say hello, ask a question, pay with kindness, smile with confidence, and you'll realize you don't need perfect English to belong. You just need a heart that's willing to try. If this story helped you feel seen, if it reminded you that every little phrase matters, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone learning too. Until next time, keep learning.
Keep living and keep growing in every small, beautiful English moment you find. How to speak with confidence. When you're not feeling well, Anna woke up with a heavy feeling in her body.
Her throat was sore. Her head felt full. Her voice, soft and low, like it didn't want to come out. She sat up slowly, looked out the window. Gray sky. Rain on the glass. She touched her forehead, warm, and whispered, I don't feel well. She didn't panic. She didn't cry. She just knew, today, she needed help. She walked slowly down the stairs. Her host was in the kitchen, buttering toast. Morning, love. You all right? Anna shook her head gently. No. I feel not good. Throat hurts. Head heavy. Her host looked at her kindly. Ah, poor thing. Might be coming down with something. Let's book you an appointment with the GP. Anna paused. What is GP? GP means general practitioner. Just a local doctor. I'll show you how. To book online, yeah? Anna nodded. They sat down at the table with a laptop. Her host opened a website. This is the NHS system. You register your name, then book a time slot. Anna watched carefully, then said, Can I try? Of course. Anna typed slowly. Her name, date of birth, phone number. Then she selected a time. 3:30 p.m. Booked, she whispered. Her host smiled. Well done. You'll be seen this afternoon. I'll walk you there if you'd like. Anna shook her head. I try alone. Good practice. For me. Her host nodded. Proud of you. Anna stood up. Still tired. Still sore. But proud too. Because even on a weekday, she used English. She spoke. She booked. She made a decision. And that is strength. At the clinic, front desk English, it was 3:10 p.m. Anna stood outside the local clinic. Brick building. Simple blue sign. GP surgery. Entrance. She took a breath. Not because she was afraid, but because she wanted to speak clearly, even with a sore throat. She stepped inside. The room smelled like hand sanitizer and fresh paper. A few people sat quietly, soft coughs, flipping magazines, the tick-tick of a keyboard. Anna walked up to the front desk. A young woman looked up, friendly. Hi there. Do you have an appointment? Anna nodded. Yes. 3:30. My name is Anna. The receptionist typed something, then smiled. Thanks, Anna. You're checked in. Just take a seat. The doctor will call you soon. Anna nodded again. Thank you. She turned and sat down. Tried to relax. Tried to listen. The woman at the desk answered the next person. Can I take your full name, please? Are you registered with this clinic? You'll need to fill in this form first. The doctor's running a bit behind. Sorry. About the wait. Anna whispered those phrases in her mind. Do you have an appointment? You're checked in. Take a seat. Running a bit behind. The doctor is a little late. She didn't study these in a book. She lived them, and that made all the difference. Anna sat quietly in the waiting room. She watched the second hand move around the clock. She tried to relax, but her throat still burned and her voice felt small. Then a door opened. A kind voice called out, Anna? She stood, walked toward the hallway. The doctor, a woman with warm eyes and gentle energy, smiled. Hi, I'm Dr. Morgan. Come on in. Anna followed her into a small office. Desk, chair, bed, soft light. You can have a seat, love. What brings you in today? Anna cleared her throat. I feel not well since this morning. My throat hurts. My head is heavy. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Do you have a fever? Anna paused. She had heard that word. Maybe. I feel hot. Any cough? A little. Dry cough. And your energy? Do you feel tired or dizzy? Yes, tired. I want to sleep all day. The doctor smiled kindly. Sounds like you've caught a little virus. Nothing serious, just some rest, tea, and medicine should help. Anna nodded, then asked, I can go to class tomorrow? Or stay home better? The doctor replied gently, I'd say rest tomorrow. Let your body recover. I'll give you something for the throat, and paracetamol for the fever. She wrote a note, then handed it to Anna. This is your prescription. Just take it to the pharmacy next door. Anna looked at the paper. Not many words, but it felt like care, like help. She stood up. Thank you, doctor. You're welcome. Take care of yourself. Drink plenty of fluids, and come back if you're not feeling better in a few days. Anna nodded. Take care. Plenty of fluids. Come back if useful, kind, real. As Anna left the room, she felt tired, but proud. She had described pain, asked questions, understood answers, and all in English. Anna stepped out into the cool air. The sky was cloudy, her body still a little sore, but her mind clear, her heart steady. She walked to the pharmacy next door. A small shop with green letters and a bell that rang gently when the door opened. Inside, shelves of medicine, soft lighting, a man in a white coat behind the counter. She handed over her prescription. Hello. I got this from the doctor. He smiled kindly. No problem, love. Give me a minute. He went to the back. Anna waited quietly, reading the signs, cough and cold relief. Ask our team if unsure. Stay safe. Stay well. The man returned with a small bag. Here we go. One for your throat, one for the fever. Take the syrup 3 times a day. Tablets every 6 hours. Drink lots of water. And no rushing about, all right? Anna smiled. Yes, I rest. Thank you. That's the spirit. Get well soon. She paid, took the bag, and walked back into the day. Later that night, she sat with a cup of warm tea and her notebook. She wrote, Today, I was sick, but I didn't stay silent. I booked an appointment. I spoke to the receptionist. I described my pain. I asked questions. I picked up medicine, all in English, not perfect, not fast, but honest and real. Then she added, Fluency isn't only for strong days, it's for every day, even when your body is tired and your voice is soft. Because every time you speak up and you remind yourself, I can do this. If you're ever afraid to speak English at the doctor's, just remember, you don't need perfect grammar. You don't need long words. You just need a little courage, a few simple phrases, and the belief that your voice deserves care. English at the train station. Asking for help. Finding your way. The train station was bigger than Anna expected. Loud, busy, voices from every direction. Announcements echoing overhead. People rushing, rolling suitcases, checking phones. She stood still for a moment just inside the entrance and whispered, "Okay, slow down. You can do this." She looked up at the large board overhead. Letters. Flipped quickly. Departures. Arrivals. On time. Delayed. Her eyes found what she needed. Cambridge, Platform 7, 10:34 a.m. She had never been there. But today was her day to explore, to learn, to try. She walked toward the ticket counter. A man with a friendly face stood behind the glass. "Morning. Where you heading today?" Anna smiled carefully. "To Cambridge. One ticket, please." "Sure thing. One way or return?" Anna paused. "Sorry, what is return?" "Return means a round trip. Go there and come back. One way means just going there." "Ah, return, please." "All right. Leaving this morning, coming back same day?" "Yes. Evening." "Perfect. That'll be $23.50. She handed over her card. The machine beeped. The man passed her the ticket. "Train. Leaves from Platform 7. Just follow the signs. You've got about 20 minutes. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day. Enjoy Cambridge." She walked away with her ticket in hand. Not just a piece of paper, but proof that she had spoken, that she had asked, that she had understood. She whispered the new phrases to herself. One way or return. Leaving this morning, coming back same day? Follow the signs. Have a lovely day, simple, soft, but full of power, because English spoken with courage, even at a busy station, is English that moves you forward. Anna held the ticket in her hand, reading it like a quiet promise. Platform 7, 10:34 a.m., Cambridge. The station was big. Signs above, signs on the walls. People walking fast. She looked around, then saw a woman in a bright yellow vest, a station assistant holding a small walkie-talkie. Anna walked up slowly. "Excuse me, where is Platform 7? The woman smiled kindly. "No problem, love. Straight. Ahead past the coffee shop, then take the stairs on your left." Anna nodded. "Thank you very much." "You're welcome. Train's not here yet. You've got time." "You've got time." That felt comforting. She followed the directions, past the coffee shop, up the stairs. She saw the platform number. 7. Glowing in white on a navy blue sign. There were already a few people waiting. She looked up at the smaller board, 10:34. Cambridge, on time. Then someone near her asked, "You heading to Cambridge too?" Anna nodded. "Yes. Nice city. I'm going to visit my sister. You?" "Just exploring. First time." "You'll love it. Lots of history and good tea," Anna smiled. "Sounds nice." The train was not here yet, but already she had learned something new. You don't need perfect English to connect, to ask, to answer, to be kind. Just 5 words can build a bridge. "Where is Platform 7? And the world answers you with a smile, thy. Train arrived with a gentle hum and a rush of air. Doors slid open. People stepped off. People stepped on. Anna found a seat by the window. She placed her bag on the floor, held her ticket in her lap, and took a breath. Soft beeping. Doors closing. A calm voice came through the speaker above. This is a Great Northern service to Cambridge, calling at Finsbury Park, Stevenage, and all stations to Cambridge. Anna listened closely. Calling at... It means the train will stop at. The train began to move, smooth, quiet, faster than she expected. She looked out the window. Green fields, brick houses, tiny gardens with yellow flowers. Across from her, a man opened his newspaper. A girl behind her spoke quietly on the phone. I'm on the train now. Be there by noon, hopefully. It's on time, so fingers crossed. Anna smiled softly. Fingers crossed. She had heard that before. It means I hope everything goes well. Then the voice came again. Next stop, Finsbury Park. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. She whispered the phrase. Mind the gap. Be careful when you get off. The train slowed, doors opened. Some people got off, others got on. Anna stayed in her seat, watching, listening, learning. This wasn't just travel. This was language, alive, moving, real. Every announcement was a lesson. Every sound was practice. She wrote in her notebook. Calling. At our stopping at fingers crossed. Us hope it goes well. Mind the gap. I step carefully, then added, English is not just in classrooms. It's in trains and signs and voices that help you move forward. The train slowed down. The voice returned one last time. Now approaching Cambridge. Please take all your belongings with you. Thank you for traveling with Great Northern. Anna stood up gently, bag in hand, notebook in her coat pocket. She followed the line of people stepping off the train, onto the platform, into a new place, a new moment. She walked into the station hall, quiet, clean, bright with morning light. She looked at the signs, exit, taxi rank, bus stand, information desk. She followed the one that said information. Behind the counter, a man with silver hair looked up. Hello there. Need some help? Anna smiled. Yes, I want to go to the city center. What is the best way? Ah, easy. Walk out the main doors. Bus number 3 will take you straight there. Stops right across the road. Thank you very much. No trouble at all. Enjoy your visit. She stepped outside. The air smelled different, new, but kind. She walked toward the bus stop, and as she waited, she whispered, I used English to ask. I used English to understand. I used English to travel. And now, I can go anywhere. If you're listening and thinking, but what if I make a mistake? Remember this. Trains don't wait for perfect English. They move for brave English, for real English. All you need is one sentence, one question, one moment of courage. Where is platform 7? How much is a return ticket? Which bus? Goes to the city center? Those little phrases are keys, and once you speak them, the world opens for you. English phrases you'll hear at the pharmacy or clinic. Waiting room, Anna stood outside the small pharmacy at the corner of her street. The glass door was covered with posters. Free flu jabs. Ask about repeat prescriptions. We're here to help. She opened the door gently. A little bell rang above her head. The air inside smelled like cotton and mint. She walked slowly to the counter. There was a short line. 3 people ahead of her. One man picking up medicine. A woman asking questions. A young boy holding his mom's hand. Anna didn't speak. She listened. The woman at the counter said, Can I take your name, please? The customer answered, It's under Lewis. Lewis. Then the pharmacist asked, Are you collecting for yourself? Yes, just picking up my blood pressure meds. Anna whispered that to herself, Collecting means picking up for yourself. Polite check, blood pressure meds, short for medication. The next person walked up. Hi, I dropped off a prescription yesterday. Is it ready? Let me check. Yep, all set. Do you need a bag for this? Dropped off. Gave something earlier. Is it ready? Very common question. All set means done, ready to go. Anna wrote it quietly in her notebook. Then, her turn. She stepped forward. Hi, I have a prescription from the doctor. All right, love, can I have your name, please? Anna, A-N-N-A. Got it, just a moment. He found the bag and smiled. Here we go. 1 throat syrup and paracetamol. You okay with how to take these? Anna paused. 1 is syrup. 3 times a day? Spot on. And the tablets. 1 every 6 hours. You're good. Thank you. No worries, hope you feel better soon. She smiled. You too. Then she laughed softly. Because in that moment, she realized what she'd said. You too. Even when it didn't quite fit. But the pharmacist just grinned. Because sometimes, even small mistakes carry big heart. Later that week, Anna had a follow-up appointment at the local clinic. Nothing serious, just a checkup. But still, new places always brought new feelings. She arrived 10 minutes early, signed her name at reception, then found a chair near the window. The waiting room was calm. People reading, a baby sleeping, a quiet radio playing music in the background. Then she heard it. Miss Patel? A woman stood up slowly. That's me? Doctor's ready. Room 3, just down the hall. That's me. Short, natural way to say I'm the one. A few moments later, a man came in. He walked to the reception desk. Hi, I have an appointment with Dr. Lee at 11:30. The Kai get. Receptionist smiled. Sure. Can I just check your date of birth? He gave it. She typed. Thanks. Take a seat. They're running about 10 minutes behind. Take a seat. Polite way to say, please sit down. Running 10 minutes behind. The doctor is late. Anna looked at the poster next to her. Please, let us know if you've waited more than 15 minutes. If you feel unwell while waiting, speak to a member of staff. She read every word slowly, not just to understand, but to feel calm. Because even in quiet places, English is alive, and so much of it is soft. Not big words, not fast sentences, just kindness. A woman beside her sneezed. Anna smiled gently and said, Bless you. The few. Woman smiled back. Thanks. Another phrase. So small, but full of connection. Anna heard her name. Anna? She stood. The nurse smiled warmly. Come on through, love. Just a quick check today, all right? Anna nodded. The room was simple, clean, soft smell of sanitizer and lemon wipes. How are you feeling now? The nurse asked. Much better. Still, a little tired. But no more fever. That's good to hear. We'll just check your temperature again, and then your blood pressure. Anna sat quietly. The nurse moved gently, explaining each step. This might feel a little tight around your arm. Just relax. Pop this under your tongue for me. Almost done. Then, all looks good. Keep resting, drink plenty, and take it easy this week. Anna smiled. Thank you for helping. That's what we're here for, love. Another simple sentence. Another phrase that stayed in her heart. Take it easy. Rest, don't rush, pop this under your tongue. Place gently. That's what we're here for. It's our job to help you. Anna left the clinic quietly, light breeze on her face, steps slow, heart full, not just because her body was healing, but because her voice was too. Every visit, every line, every waiting room taught her that English doesn't always come loudly. Sometimes it comes in a whisper, a sneeze, a smile, a soft, "take a seat," and a quiet, confident, "that's me." If you ever feel small in a clinic or nervous at a pharmacy, remember, you don't need perfect English. You just need presence, kindness, a willingness to speak even when your voice is soft. Fluency lives in the quiet, too. English at the cafe. How to order and chat like a local. It was a cool morning in London. Soft breeze, clouds hanging low, like a cozy blanket. Anna had been walking for about 20 minutes, books in her bag, thoughts in her head, and then she saw it. A small cafe on the corner. Big windows, warm lights. People inside and reading, talking, resting. A blackboard outside said, "Coffee, kindness, and a seat by the window. Come in." She smiled. That was enough. She opened the door. A soft bell rang, and the smell. Warm bread, fresh espresso, something sweet in the air. She stepped up to the counter. The barista looked up and smiled. "Hi there. What can I get you?" Anna smiled back. "One tea, please. With milk. Any sugar?" "No, thank you." "For here or to go?" She paused. "For here." The barista nodded. "All right. Take a seat and I'll bring it over." Anna found a table near the window. Wooden chair, simple menu, soft music playing overhead. She pulled out her notebook and whispered, "Hi there. What can I get you?" "Any sugar?" "For here or to go?" "Take a seat. I'll bring it over." Every phrase, friendly, every word, real. This wasn't textbook English. This was life English. Warm, polite, natural, and today, she had used it. Anna sipped her tea slowly. Warm, soft, familiar. The kind of comfort that speaks to your whole body. She looked around the cafe. Young man was typing on his laptop. An older couple shared a newspaper. Two women sat near the window, chatting over coffee and croissants. She listened quietly. "How's your week been?" "Not bad, to be fair. Bit busy, but that's life." "Not bad, to be fair," means it was okay, honestly. That's life, a way to accept things you can't control. Then she heard a laugh. "I've been running on caffeine and hope all day." "Same here. This coffee's saving my life." Anna smiled. She didn't write these down. She felt them. Because English wasn't just words now, it was rhythm, connection, honest, casual life. A few minutes later, someone walked by and paused at her table. A woman, mid-30s, holding a tray. "Mind if I sit here?" "It's a bit crowded today." Anna nodded. "Yes, no, please. You can sit." The woman smiled. "Thanks, love. I always forget how busy it gets after 9. Anna smiled back. "It's a nice place. First time for me." "Ah, welcome then. You picked a good one. Best tea in this neighborhood." They sat quietly for a moment, sipping. Then the woman added, "I like your notebook." Anna smiled again. "Thank you. I write English, I hear. Helps me remember." "That's brilliant. Keep at it. You sound great." Anna blushed. She didn't feel perfect, but she felt seen, encouraged, because sometimes one kind stranger can help your confidence grow like sunlight. The woman at Anna's table opened a small brown paper bag. Inside, a warm cinnamon bun. She smiled and said, They've got the best pastries here. You ever tried this one? Anna shook her head. No, but it smells amazing. It is. Want a piece? Anna paused. Are you sure? Of course. Go on. Anna took a small piece. It's soft. Sweet. A little spicy? The woman laughed. That's the cinnamon. Goes perfect with the tea. Anna nodded. You're right, it's lovely. Then the woman asked, Do you like sweet things? Or more savory? Anna thought for a moment. Maybe both. I like balance. The woman smiled. Good answer. Then she added, You know, food brings people together. Doesn't matter where you're from. Everyone understands tea and cake. Anna laughed softly, and something inside her relaxed. Not because she had perfect grammar, not because she knew every word, but because someone had invited her in, into a sentence, into a moment, into something shared. She listened again to the soft phrases. Want a piece? Would you like to try some? Goes perfect with common café expression, sweet or savory. Gentle food question. All simple. All human. All English. She took a deep breath and whispered in her notebook, English tastes better when shared. Anna finished the last sip of her tea. Warmth in her hands, warmth in her chest. The woman at the table stood up to leave. I've got to run, but I'm glad we got to chat. Anna smiled. Me too. Thank you for the bun and the talk. Anytime. Love. Keep up the English. You're doing better than you think. And just like that, she was gone. Anna sat for a moment longer. The cafe was quieter now. The noise of the morning had faded into soft conversation, the sound of spoons and the hum of the coffee machine. She opened her notebook again and wrote, Hi there, what can I get you? For here or to go? Want a piece? You're doing better than you think. Then she paused and added, Today I ordered tea. I answered questions. I listened. I smiled. I made a mistake. And no one cared. I had a short conversation that felt like friendship, and I did it all in English. Not perfect. Not fast. But real. She stood up, dropped her cup in the bin, pushed her chair in, and whispered to herself as she walked out the door, English isn't just a language I study. It's a life I'm slowly living. If you ever feel nervous walking into a cafe, just remember you don't need big words. You just need small courage. Cafes are full of friendly people, simple questions, natural replies, warm moments, and every one of those is a chance to practice, to connect, to grow, to belong. English at the bookshop, asking for help, talking about. What you like it was late afternoon. The kind of gray, quiet London day that makes you want to be somewhere warm, somewhere with soft lights and slower moments. Anna turned a corner and smiled. There it was, a small, independent bookshop tucked between a bakery and a florist. Faded green door. Window filled with books, postcards, and handwritten signs. One of them said, Come in, wander, and get lost in a story. Anna stepped inside. The smell of old paper and wood filled the air. A bell above the door rang gently. Books were everywhere. Tall shelves, stacks on the floor, chairs in corners for people who came just to sit and read. A woman stood behind the counter sorting bookmarks into a tin box. She looked up and smiled. Hi there. Let me know if you're looking for something. In particular, Anna paused, then replied softly, Yes, I want something simple, maybe story, easy English. The woman nodded warmly. Ah, I've got just the thing. Follow me. They walked to a small shelf labeled Easy Readers, Good Stories, Gentle Words. The woman picked out a small book. This one's popular. Short chapters, everyday, language, but still a strong story. Anna took it. Thank you. It looks nice. If you want a few more like that, I can show you a series. Yes, please. And just like that, the conversation had begun. Not because she knew everything, but because she said something, and someone answered kindly. She whispered to herself, "Let me know if you're looking for something. Short chapters, everyday language. I can show you a series." This wasn't a lesson. This was life, and English was all around her. The bookseller placed 2 more titles on the shelf beside Anna. This one's a bit funnier. That one's more emotional, but both are quite easy to follow. Anna picked them up slowly, flipped through a few pages. Simple words, short paragraphs, but full of feeling. She smiled. I like stories with emotion, real people, maybe life lessons. The woman nodded. Ah, slice of life stories. You might also like this one. It's about a boy and his grandmother. Simple but powerful. Anna tilted her head. I like that. I think I learn more when I feel something. That's a beautiful way to put it. Anna paused. Sometimes I read, but I don't feel anything. Too many words, hard to care. Totally understand. Some books speak louder, not with more words, but with more heart. Anna smiled again. She had never had this kind of conversation in English before. Not in a classroom, not in a test. Just here, in a warm little bookshop with wooden floors and kind eyes. The woman asked, "What's the last book you really liked?" Anna thought for a moment. Maybe a small book about kindness, not famous, but I remember it. That says a lot. I think those are the ones that stay with us. Anna added, I also like pictures, or quotes, when it's quiet but strong. We've got a poetry section upstairs. I think you'd love it. Anna nodded slowly. I'd like that. Thank you. And with every line, she didn't just learn English. She used it to talk about something she loved, to connect, to be herself. The bookseller led Anna up a narrow wooden staircase. At the top, a small room. No music, just the soft turning of pages, a few chairs, and shelves of poetry. Books in black and white. Books with gold lettering. Tiny books full of just one voice. Big ones with voices from all over the world. The woman pointed to a low shelf. This section is gentle. Simple poems, short verses. Good for English learners and deep thinkers. Anna picked one up. It opened to a page with only a few lines. She read it quietly to herself. Be still. You are already enough. Even in silence you are heard. She paused. Read it again. And this time, it stayed. Not just the words, but the feeling. She whispered, English is not only for speaking, it's for listening, feeling, and becoming. She sat down in a chair near the window. Sunlight fell across the wooden floor. Dust moved slowly in the light, and Anna turned the page again. Every line was short, but full, just like her voice, not loud, not perfect, but present. She stayed there for nearly an hour, reading, breathing, becoming fluent, not just in language, but in the quiet art of understanding. Anna walked slowly back down the stairs. The poetry book held close to her chest. She returned to the counter. The bookseller looked up and smiled. Find something you like? Anna nodded. Yes, I I feel quiet when I read this, but strong too. The woman smiled even wider. That's what good books do. Shall I ring it up for you? Yes, please. She typed the price into the till. That's £6, love. Want a bag for it? No, thank you. I carry it. Anna handed over the coins. The woman wrapped the book in brown paper gently, then handed it to her. Keep reading. You're growing more fluent than you know. Anna paused, then said, Today, I spoke English, but also, I spoke as me. That feels new. The woman nodded. That's the best kind of English. Outside, the sky was brighter, the wind softer, the street quieter. Anna walked slowly down the sidewalk, book in hand, mind full, heart open. She whispered, Today I asked for help. I said what I liked. I shared a thought. And I listened, not just with my ears, but with my whole self. And that's what real English is made of. Not just vocabulary, but voice, and the courage to use it, even in quiet bookshops with dust in the air and stories in every corner. If you ever feel small in your English journey, walk into a bookshop, say something, ask for help, talk about what you love, because fluency begins not when you speak perfectly, but when you speak from somewhere real, and stories. We'll always meet you there. It was just after 2:30 p.m. Anna stepped out of a taxi and looked up. The hotel wasn't fancy, but it was clean, modern. Simple white building with glass doors and a warm welcome sign above. Check in from 2 p.m. We're happy you're here. Anna took a breath, then walked inside. The lobby was quiet, soft lighting, calm music playing in the background. A young woman at the front desk looked up and smiled. Good afternoon. Welcome. Do you have a reservation? Anna stepped forward. Yes, I booked online. My name is Anna. The woman typed for a moment. Found you. One single room for 2 nights, right? Yes, that's right. May I see your ID, please? Anna handed over her passport. The woman smiled. Perfect, thank you. You're all checked in. Do I pay now? No need. It's already paid online. You're good to go. She handed Anna a keycard. Room 312. Take the lift to the 3rd floor. Breakfast is served from 7 to 10, and if you need anything, just dial 0 from your room phone. Anna nodded slowly. Thank you very much. My pleasure. Enjoy your stay. Anna smiled and walked toward the lift with her small suitcase rolling. Behind her, as she entered the elevator, she whispered the new phrases. Do you have a reservation? May I see your ID? You're all checked in. Take the lift to the 3rd floor. Enjoy your stay. So simple, so soft, so human. English spoken in kindness, and received with quiet confidence. Anna walked into room 312. Soft. Lighting. A single bed with clean white sheets. A small desk. A kettle with tea bags, and a welcome note that read, If there's anything you need, just let us know. She placed her bag on the chair, opened the curtains, breathed in slowly. Then, she noticed something. No towels. She checked the bathroom again. Empty hooks. No towels in sight. She picked up the phone next to the bed. A small label said, Dial 0 for reception. Her hands felt a little shaky, but she took a breath and pressed the number. A soft voice answered, Reception. How can I help? Anna spoke slowly. Hello, this is room 312. I don't see towels. Can I ask for some? Of course. I'll send some up right away. Thank you so much. No problem at all. Anything else you need? Anna smiled. No, that's all. Thank you again. You're very welcome. She placed the phone down, sat on the bed, and exhaled. It was a small conversation, but it felt big. Because she asked. She was understood, and she handled it, kindly, clearly, in English. She whispered, to herself, I don't see towels. Can I ask for some? I'll send some up. Anything else you need? That's all, thank you. These were not grammar lessons. These were life lessons. Built-in service, soft requests, kind replies, and everyone was a step toward confidence. It was just after 8 a.m. Anna walked into the hotel's breakfast room. The air smelled like toast, eggs, and fresh coffee. Soft jazz music played in the background. A few other guests were already seated. She walked slowly toward the buffet. Then a staff member approached with a kind smile. Good morning. Would you like a table for one? Anna nodded. Yes, thank you. This way, please. The woman showed her to a small table by the window. Help yourself whenever you're ready. Tea and coffee are just over there. Milk and sugar, too. Anna smiled. Thank you very much. She got up and took a plate. A little toast, a boiled egg, some fruit, then poured herself a cup of tea. She sat down and began to eat slowly, peacefully. At the next table, she heard two guests chatting. Did you try the croissants? They're lovely. Yeah, and the tea's really nice too. Not too strong. Simple talk, but friendly, comfortable. Then the staff member came back. Everything all right? Anna nodded. Yes, it's perfect. Thank you. Glad to hear it. Let me know if you need anything else. Anna whispered to herself. Would you like a table for one? Help yourself. Let me know if you need anything else. Everything all right? So many soft sentences, polite, helpful, everyday English that made her feel calm and capable. Because in the quiet corner of a breakfast room, she wasn't just eating, she was growing. Anna stood at the front desk again, her suitcase beside her voice steady, her smile real. The same receptionist looked up. Good morning. Checking out today? Anna nodded. Yes, room 312. Lovely. Let me just pull up your booking. All paid and clear. Did you enjoy your stay? Yes, very much. Everyone was kind. The room was quiet, and breakfast was delicious. From the woman smiled. That's so nice to hear. Thank you for staying with us. Anna asked softly. Do I need to sign anything? Nope. You're all set. Here's your receipt just in case you need it. Thank you. And thank you for helping yesterday. With the towels. Of course. That's what we're here for. Anna zipped her suitcase, took one last look around, and whispered, Goodbye. Have a lovely day. You too, love. Safe travels. As she walked out the door, Anna didn't just leave a hotel. She left with something new inside her. She had checked in, asked questions, made small talk, solved a problem, and said goodbye. All in English, not from a script, not in a test, but in life, she whispered to herself. I can do more than speak English. I can live in it, kindly, clearly, calmly. Because sometimes the most powerful English is spoken in soft places, between key cards, quiet rooms, and warm goodbyes. If you ever feel nervous using English at a hotel, just remember, every question is welcome. Every phrase is a chance to grow, and every stay is an opportunity to speak, kindly, clearly, confidently. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need a smile and a little courage. The staff are there to help, and you're there to learn. It was still dark outside when Anna arrived at the airport. 4:45 in the morning. The sky was quiet. But inside the terminal, bright lights, suitcases rolling, voices echoing in many languages. She stood at the entrance with her small suitcase and a folded boarding pass. This was her first flight alone, and her first time using English. When everything needed to go right, she whispered, "You don't have to rush. You just have to breathe and ask." She walked toward the check-in counters. There were many lines. She looked up at the signs. Check-in, Zone B, Flight 704, Paris, gate opens at 6:10. She saw her airline, found the counter, and stood in line. When it was her turn, the staff smiled. "Good morning. May I see your passport and boarding pass?" Anna handed them over. "Thank you. Are you checking any bags today?" Anna paused. "Yes, this one." "Perfect. Please place it on the belt." Anna lifted her suitcase gently. "Great, that's all set. Here's your new boarding pass. Your gate will be shown on the screen shortly. Any questions?" Anna smiled. "No, thank you. That's clear. Have a great flight." She stepped aside, holding her passport and pass, and whispered to herself, "May, I see your passport. Are you checking any bags? Place it on the belt. Your gate will be shown on the screen shortly." Every phrase, slow, clear, kind, and now she had them inside her. Not just words, but tools, for peace, for movement, for growth. Anna walked toward security, signs above her head, security check, boarding pass and passport required. She joined the queue. People were quiet. Some looked tired. Some held coffee. Some were already barefoot, holding their shoes. She reached the front. A man in a uniform greeted her. "Morning. Boarding pass, please." She handed it over. "Thanks. Laptop out, liquids in a clear bag. Belt and coat off, please." Anna nodded. She moved calmly, opened her backpack, took out her small clear bag, placed everything in the tray. The woman ahead of her looked confused. "Do I need to take this out too?" The guard answered, "Yes, just pop it in the tray. Anything metal, take it off. Pop it in the tray." Friendly way to say, "Put it in the tray." Anna passed through the scanner, a soft beep. A woman waved her through. "All good, love." "You're fine to go." Anna picked up her things, zipped up her coat, and breathed out. She had done it. Calm, clear, kind, and in English. She looked at the screen. Gate to be announced. "Check back soon." Then she whispered the phrases. "Laptop out. Liquids in a clear bag. Belt and coat off. Pop it in the tray. All good. You're fine to go." No rush, no panic. Just soft, helpful English to guide her safely. Through. Anna sat near a large screen. She watched the gate numbers appear. Flights coming. Flights going. Her flight still said, "Gate to be announced." She opened her book, tried to read, but her eyes kept looking up. Then it happened. The screen flashed. Flight 704, Paris, Gate 16, Gate 23. She blinked. Gate change, and the time was now tighter than she expected. She stood up, walked to the information desk nearby. A man stood behind the counter, smiling politely. "Hi there, can I help?" Anna spoke clearly. "Hello, my flight was at Gate 16. Now it says Gate 23. Can you tell me how to get there?" "Yes, of course." Just head straight down that hallway, then turn left. You'll see signs for gates 20 to 25. It's about a 5-minute walk. Thank you very much. No worries. You'll make it in plenty of time. Anna smiled, grateful, not just for the answer, but for the kindness in his tone. She followed the signs. Gate 2025. Keep left for all gates. Estimated walk time, 4 to 6 minutes. She walked quickly, but calmly, and repeated to herself, "Can you tell me how to get there? Turn left. You'll see signs. No worries, you'll make it." Each phrase became part of her, because learning English in moments of stress doesn't mean speaking fast. It means staying soft and speaking clearly. Anna reached gate 23 just in time. A short line had already formed. People stood with passports in hand. Quiet conversations. Boarding passes ready, she joined the line. A woman with a badge scanned her ticket. "Morning. You're in seat 18A, window seat. Nice view today." Anna smiled. "Thank you. Enjoy your flight." She walked down the jet bridge step by step, not rushed, not afraid. She found her seat, placed her bag above, sat down. The window was clean, the sky outside, slowly turning gold. Then the voice came over the speaker. "Welcome on board. This is Flight 704 to Paris. We'll begin our safety briefing shortly. Please fasten your seatbelt and keep your tray table upright." Anna listened. She didn't understand every word, but she didn't need to, because she understood the rhythm, the tone, the message. She whispered the key phrases to herself. "Enjoy your flight. You're in seat 18A. Please fasten your seatbelt. Tray table upright." And then she closed her eyes, not to sleep, but to feel the moment she had arrived, not just at the plane, but in her confidence, because today she had done it all, asked questions, handled changes, stayed calm, in English, and she didn't need to be fluent to feel free. If you ever feel lost at an airport, remember this. English doesn't need to be fast. It needs to be clear, kind, brave. You don't have to speak perfectly to move forward. You just need to ask, "Can you help me? Where do I go? Is this the right gate?" And someone, somewhere, will answer with care, because travel teaches you more than where to go. It teaches you who you're becoming. It was a quiet afternoon. The wind was cool and the sky soft gray. Anna walked down a street lined with corner shops and little cafes. In her hand, a small envelope. Inside, a letter to a friend back home. She turned the corner and found the red sign, Royal Mail Post Office. She stepped inside. The room smelled like paper and warm plastic. A few people stood in line. Soft beeps came from the machines near the wall. Anna waited patiently, and when it was her turn, she stepped. Up to the counter, a man behind the glass smiled. "Hi there. What can I do for you today?" Anna held up the envelope. "I'd like to send this, please, to another country." "All right. Let's have a look. Where's it going?" "To Cambodia." "Okay. International letter. Do you want standard delivery or tracked?" Anna paused. "Tracked? It means you get a number to follow the letter online. You'll see when it's delivered." "Yes, I want that. Tracked, please." "No problem. That'll be $3.50. She handed over the coins. "Can I get a receipt?" "Of course. Here you go. And here's your tracking number, too." Anna took the slip of paper and smiled. "Thank you. No worries at all. Have a lovely day." "You too." She stepped aside and whispered the phrases. "Where's it going?" Standard or tracked? Do you want a receipt? Have a lovely day. Simple, direct, but full of connection. Because even at the post office, you're not just sending something away, you're also growing into your voice. Anna folded the receipt carefully and placed it in her notebook. One letter sent. One new experience in English, but before she left, she turned back to the counter. Excuse me. How long will it take to arrive? The man looked up and smiled. To Cambodia? Should be around 7 to 10 working days. Might be. A bit longer depending on customs. Anna nodded. Okay, thank you. That's helpful. No problem at all. Anything else I can help with? No, that's all. All right then. Take care. She stepped aside. Just then, 2 women behind her were chatting in line. I always lose track of delivery times. I sent a birthday card last week and it got there late. Ah, I've done that too. Now I just post everything early. Better safe than sorry. Anna listened quietly, not to copy them, but to learn the rhythm. Lose track means forget about time, got there late. Arrived after the expected time, better safe than sorry. Do something early to avoid problems. The words weren't difficult, but they were warm, natural, the kind of English that lives in real life, not in textbooks. Anna smiled. She was still learning. But now she was also noticing, and noticing is how confidence begins. Anna took one last look around the post office. The people, the posters, the packages on the shelves. Before walking out, she turned back toward the counter. Thank you again. You were very helpful. The man smiled. That's what we're here for. Hope the letter gets there safely. Anna nodded. Me too. Have a nice afternoon. Cheers, you too. As she walked out the door, a woman in line caught her eye and smiled. Anna smiled back. A simple moment. No conversation, but connection. She walked down the street, the sound of cars and footsteps returning, but in her mind, the words stayed. How long will it take? Do you want a receipt? Better safe than sorry. Cheers, you too, she whispered. Even places like the post office hold English I need. Real English. Spoken with purpose, shared with kindness, and when I use it, I feel part of something bigger. Because the truth is, you don't always need a classroom to learn English. Sometimes all you need is a letter, a smile, and the courage to speak in the Shri, small spaces. If you ever feel like your English isn't good enough, remember this. The post office doesn't need big words. It needs small courage, polite phrases, kind tones, and brave moments like saying, I'd like to send this, please. Because fluency is not only built in lessons, it's built in life. One envelope, one thank you, one smile at a time. The air felt warm that morning, and Anna felt ready for something new. She had walked past the salon many times before, but today she stopped. The windows were clear. Inside, a soft buzz of clippers and quiet music. A small chalkboard outside said, Walk-ins. Welcome. A good haircut changes more than your hair, she smiled, opened the door, and stepped inside. A woman with short blonde hair stood at the counter. Hi there. Can I help you? Anna spoke gently. Yes. I'd like a haircut, please. Of course. First time with us? Yes. First time. No worries at all. What are we doing today? Anna paused. She touched her hair softly. Just a trim, not too short. Maybe clean up the ends. Got it. We'll freshen it up. Layers or all one length? Anna tilted her head. What is layers? It means shorter pieces mixed in. Gives more shape. Anna smiled. Yes, layers, please, but soft, not too much. You got it. I'll take care of you. Anna followed her to the chair, sat down, relaxed into the mirror in front of her. She whispered to herself, just a trim. Clean up the ends. Not too short. Layers, soft ones. She didn't need to be perfect. She just needed to say what felt true and trust that someone would listen. And today, someone did. The scissors moved gently. Soft sounds. The mirror reflecting not just her hair, but her quiet courage. The hairdresser smiled through the mirror. So, what brings you in today? Just fancy a change? Anna smiled. Maybe just needed something fresh. A new start. I hear that. New hair always helps the soul a bit. They both laughed lightly. The conversation continued, soft and simple. Are you visiting London or living here? I'm studying and learning English. Well, you're doing great. I wouldn't have guessed it's not your first language. Anna paused. Thank you. I try to speak more now, even when nervous. That's the way to do it. People here are friendly. Just talk and it gets easier. Anna nodded. The woman continued cutting, asking, How's the length now? Want to go any shorter? Anna looked in the mirror. No, this is good, just like this. Natural. Perfect, it suits you. More silence. More soft smiles. Then, so, any big plans after this? Meeting anyone special? Anna laughed. No, just myself. Maybe a coffee. A quiet book. Sounds like the perfect date. Anna breathed in. The conversation hadn't been long or deep, but it was real. She whispered the phrases in her heart. Just fancy a change? You're doing great. That's the way to do it. Want to go shorter? It suits you. Simple English, spoken between scissors and trust, and every word remade her feel a little more fluent in herself. The hairdresser turned the chair gently so Anna could see the back in the mirror. How's that look to you? Anna smiled. It looks lovely. Thank you. It feels light. That's the magic of a good cut. Let's get you all brushed off. She shook off the little clippings from Anna's shoulders and led her back to the front desk. That'll be 22. Love. Want a receipt? Anna nodded. Yes, please. And thank you for being so kind. It helped me feel comfortable. You're very welcome. You made it easy. You've got a lovely way about you. Anna handed over the money, then added, Maybe I'll come back next time. We'd love to see you again. You're always welcome here. Anna stepped outside. The sky was brighter now. Or maybe it was just her. She ran her fingers through her new haircut and whispered, I spoke. I asked. I laughed. I listened. I shared. All in English. And none of it was perfect, but all of it was me. If you ever feel shy about speaking English in places like a salon or barber shop, remember this. You don't have to say much, you just have to say something, even a simple, just a trim, please. Not too short. That's perfect. Thank you. Can turn a nervous moment into a powerful one, because small talk is not about talking a lot. It's about connecting with yourself and with the world around you. It was a Saturday morning. The sky was soft. Children were laughing somewhere in the distance. Anna stood at the entrance of a large London park. She held a flyer in her hand. Community Wellness Day. Join us for light yoga, music, and connection. She had found the event online. She didn't know anyone, but something about the word connection pulled her in. The park was big. Too many paths. No signs yet. She saw a man setting up folding chairs near the path. She walked over, gently. "Excuse me, do you know where the wellness day is?" He looked up and smiled. "Ah, yeah. It's just past the big fountain. Turn, left near the old oak tree. You'll see a white tent." Anna nodded. "Thank you so much." "No problem at all. Enjoy the day." She walked toward the fountain, looking around, people jogging, kids kicking a ball, elderly couples holding hands, and her, just trying to find a tent, and her voice. She whispered the phrases to herself. "Do you know where?" "Just past the fountain. Turn left near the oak tree. You'll see a white tent." They were simple, but they carried power, because asking for directions is not just about location, it's about connection. And she had started the day by asking. Anna followed the path. The fountain whispered behind her. She turned left at the big oak tree, and there it was, a white tent, a small table with leaflets, a group of people on yoga mats, stretching, smiling, chatting. Music played softly from a speaker on the grass. The energy was warm, not loud, just open. Anna approached the table. A woman in a green jumper looked up and smiled. "Hello. First time joining us?" Anna nodded. "Yes. I saw the flyer. I wanted to try." "That's wonderful. We're glad you're here. We've got a gentle yoga session starting in 10 minutes. Mats are over there." "Thank you. No pressure to join in fully. Just do what feels good." Anna walked toward the mats, picked one, sat down slowly. A woman next to her turned and smiled. "Hi, I'm Claire. First time?" "Yes, I'm Anna." "Welcome, Anna. Everyone's friendly here." "Just move at your own pace." Anna smiled. "Thank you. That helps." More people joined, some stretching, some sitting in silence. The instructor stepped forward and said softly, "Good morning, everyone. We're so happy you've shown up for yourselves today. Let's begin by simply breathing together." Anna closed her eyes. In that moment, she didn't feel like a visitor. She felt like part of something, and all it took was showing up and saying hello. She whispered the phrases to herself. "First time joining us? We're glad you're here. Just move at your own pace. We're happy you've shown up for yourselves today. English not for tests, but for trust." The yoga session ended with a quiet bow, hands together, eyes closed. The instructor spoke softly. "Thank you for sharing your energy this morning. Be gentle with yourself today." Anna rolled up her mat. Her body felt lighter. So did her mind. She walked back toward the table to return the mat. Claire, the woman who had sat beside her, was there too. "You did really well. First time, but you looked like a pro." Anna laughed softly. "Thank you. I just followed you. That's how we all learn, bit by bit." Another person chimed in, "You should come again. We're here every Saturday." Anna smiled. "Maybe I will. I liked the feeling. Everyone is kind. It's easy to speak here." Claire nodded. "That's the goal. Language grows best in places that feel safe." Anna held her notebook in one hand. She had written no new vocabulary today, but her heart was full. She said goodbye with a quiet voice. "Thank you. I feel part of something." "You are," someone replied. "You absolutely are. You walked with me through streets, through shops, through silence, through cafés, clinics, and conversations. You ordered tea. You asked for help. You smiled at strangers. And you spoke, even when your voice was quiet. You didn't just visit London. You lived in it, with every word, Every pause, every excuse me and thank you, you became part of the language. You didn't need perfect grammar. You needed heart. And you brought that to every episode. Let's remember where you've been. You may not remember every phrase, but you'll remember how you felt. Brave enough to speak, calm enough to listen, honest enough to say, I don't know. Confident enough to say, I'll try. This is what English learning looks like. Not tests and textbooks, but moments and meaning. Your voice belongs in this world. In shops, in cafes, on buses, at check-ins. At small tables where stories are shared, you don't need to be fluent to be present. You don't need to be perfect to belong. Thank you for joining me on this journey through London. If these stories made you feel stronger, please share them with someone who's still finding their voice, because we all need one person to say, you can speak. You are good enough. And your voice matters. You were that person to yourself on every time you pressed play, and for that, I'm proud of you. This series ends here. But your English? It's just getting started. Keep learning. Keep living. And let every step you take, in any city, in any language, remind you of this truth. You are no longer just learning English. You are speaking it and becoming it beautifully, bravely, your way.